She was told her hair couldn't handle sister locks. I don't agree.
I just know that my hair is thin, okay? I thought the microlocks would look better because the thicker ones, I don't like. Like, I've had my kids play with my head. But I didn't want the sister locks. So another lady, she told me sister locks, my hair wouldn't be able to handle it.
No, your hair would be able to handle the sister locks. So the sister locks, they start with interlocks, and that's a very binding way to start. So if you have hair that's curly or softer or short, things could slip out. But with the sister locks, the way you have to start those, it would anchor them the best out of anything. Yeah, yep, because they start with interlocks, which is basically like mini braids. It's very similar to braids.
You told me my hair wouldn't be able to handle it.
No, it would definitely be able to handle it. It would be about if that's the look you want. So when you start with sister locks, because they are starting with braids, they start off thinner. Right. And then you wait about a year for them to start swelling up. Versus some people like to start microlocks with like a 2-strand twist, and it has that big full look initially, and then after a year it slims down. So they both kind of work in reverse. So it really depends on the look.
So she said my hair would probably take about 2 years to lock. She said because I'll be sitting in the ugly stage a really long time.
Well, you have a curl pattern.
Yeah, it is curled and it's extremely curly.
Mm-hmm. It would be about if you care about the look for about that first year. Now, if you care more about security and making sure they stay in.
That's what I care about more, making sure
the security, yeah. Test locks right in this area, so it's a little bit hidden, so you could still, do a ponytail or something to still cover it up. But we can put the test locks in, and then in a couple weeks or so, you could see how it does. Or if you get this wet, I don't know how often you wash it.
They got us on an emergency schedule, so we're working 7 days a week. Almost 7 days, 10 hours, sometimes 12. Like, yes, and I sweat really bad in my hair too.
Yeah, you definitely should for sure get the interlocks, no matter what size you want or any. Okay. It's going to be interlocks yeah. Okay. Yep, because between your hair texture, the sweating, and all of that, that's what's going to hold you. It's these interlocks. Once you do this, especially with us starting with interlocks, you're not going to need products. So that's one less thing.
So I can just wash it with regular water and it'd be fine?
Yep. You can wash it, and really with these, you really want to stay away from the products for the first year until they really lock up. So sometimes just having the less products, you'll notice a difference. It's almost like the scalp and the hair detoxifies when you first get the microlocks that first year, because you're not adding anything to it. When you do wash it, it's called braid and bundle. You're going to braid and bundle it, so that way it doesn't slip out when you wash it. But yep, you should notice it should be better as far as like smell and things like that, because there's no products.
I'm sorry.
That's the right size. So this will still give you that grid, those squares, the parts will still be nice and straight and neat. They'll be small, but not too small. And then the way we will be putting these in, they will stay. They should not be slipping out. And if some do slip, which usually is always the edges, we'll just put them back in there. That's expected with that first year.
Is it crazy to get locks when I don't really want it past my shoulders?
No. Nope, that still makes sense, because I have some people where we just keep cutting it right at the shoulder.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Okay, girl.
Yep. Once it gets to a length where you're like, yeah, we could just keep trimming it.
Okay. Okay.
And by that point, you should be locked up. Okay. So it should be fine to trim it, and you don't have to worry about slippage like that, which will be at least a year. So no scissors before the year mark for sure.
Okay. Well, some must be killing me.
So this also gives you an idea of what it would feel like. So I already did one. And I do notice you have color. So with this, you either want to color it before we start them, or you have to wait a year after. Yeah. I usually tell people prepare for a couple 12-hour days. So I would say for sure at least 2.
Okay.
Yeah, with what I'm seeing in your length, at least 2 12-hour days. And then in the middle of the day, we do take a break. You know, you eat lunch. You can bring snacks in here. You can eat as much as you want. I have TV, I have plenty of streaming, you know, services, music. So whatever you need to be comfortable, I have snacks.
I put a neck pillow on and go to sleep.
Oh,
Is that
oh no.
Look it backwards, so it's not in the back of your part, but I'm knocked out. Because like I said, one of my days lately is.
Oh yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Yep. My other person who we started Sister Lock, she went to sleep. So, yep, perfectly fine with me. Whatever you need to be comfortable.
Yeah. No, let me ask you too. Like my braid's been coming in fierce lately. Does that make a difference?
It won't really make a difference. The only thing with the gray hairs is they're just stubborn. You know how their texture, it's like they don't bend the same way. So you will notice up here in the front, it's going to be, it'll look a little fuzzier, you know, because those hairs, they don't really like work with you, you know. So that will be the only thing, but it won't interfere with it. It just it'll be more of a look thing.
If I was to wear braids, but I do understand they have other hair with it, it becomes too heavy for me. And it makes my head hurt.
Yeah, because at the root, it's if it's like thinner, it's that braid is pulling.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's like pulling on the hairs, and you're gonna feel that more. Like this, it's like a strain. That's probably why it's hurting.
Because like that won't really happen with the dreads, right?
No, you start to feel some of that when let's say you've had them for years and like you're a little overdoing your retighten, like it's time for your retighten. Sometimes you feel it more, but you won't feel it the same way as you have been. No, because they just don't weigh that much. It's about the weight. Those braids that are pulling. But the locks, they don't have that much weight to them. So after we install you, usually reties are every 6 weeks. You really would only need to get your hair done about 6 times a year. That's pretty much what that puts you at. And that's how you maintain these microlocks. And when you come in, I'm always going to do like what I'm doing today. You'll have new growth here. I'm just closing up the new growth. Yep. So that'll be every 6 weeks. Yeah. Usually people with like microlocks or sister locks, they usually wash it at least every 3 weeks. I've had some people where, you know, they might want to do it at least every 2. But usually you don't want to go longer every 3. Wash it, come in for your retighten. 3 weeks from that, wash it again. And then 3 weeks after that, it's time to come back in.
Okay.
Yep.
When I wash it, how would I keep it from coming loose?
So you're going to section it in these little sections, and you're going to literally braid the locks together. It'll be like bunches of maybe like 10, 12 locks. Braid them together, and then you'll wrap it underneath with a rubber band, and then you'll wash it like that. Yep. And I'll show you too. Once I finish this section, I'm going to literally show you what it's going to look like. But you do that for the first year, because it takes them about a year to really lock and stay in there. So the first year, that just helps it so it doesn't slip. It is good that your hair is longer, because the longer the hair, the less slippage you have. So this is, and to me, this is considered long, long start. Yeah, usually a lot of people, they'll end up starting with like 4 inches. You have at least 8 inches, which is good, because then that means less slippage, which is great.
I'll cut it if I have to. If you prefer me to cut it.
Oh, no, you don't have to. No, the times where people do consider cutting it is if they want it to be less time for the install, because that will take hours off of the install. But that, yeah, it'll make it faster. Because what I'm doing is I'm essentially braiding the whole length of your hair, so that would pretty much cut the time in half if you cut them in half, literally. But that would just be if you wanted it faster. If you don't care about that, you could just keep it. These will be very easy, because you don't have to do anything to them. Very easy to maintain. Your hair gets a detox, because you're not adding all these extra products to it, and it gets to grow in healthy. You know, you don't have like those braids, and you don't have the extra extensions and the weave and all this tight stuff pulling. So now it's like your hair really gets a break, and it gets to grow in to its full potential. So usually some people have thinning or certain types of alopecia and things, and when they get these, that hair comes in, you know, and it comes in healthier.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about straightening it anymore, you know, all that heat damage, none of that anymore. So it's really like a healthy, low maintenance style.
Okay.
And then your hair always gets thicker over time. So with locks, the reason why locks, you know, people with locks, you probably see their hair and you're like, whoa, it looks so thick. It's because you're not shedding hair anymore. So when your hair is loose like this, we're combing it, we're brushing it, and that's why it stays in the brush and the comb. All that hair falls out in the drain when you wash it. That doesn't happen when you get locks. You maintain all of that hair. So that's why your hair usually doubles in volume.
Oh.
So everyone who gets locks, your hair is going to be the thickest you've ever seen it.
Okay.
Yep, because it doubles. Let's say you don't feel like washing it and bundling it yourself. I do offer that service too.
I was just talking about that. I'm thinking about like, man.
Yeah, I'm like, let me mention that, because what if you don't feel like doing all that?
Girl.
Yes, if you don't feel like doing that, you could just book for me to do it. I'll bundle it for you, braid it, and wash it, and we'll do all of it and retighten it. I can do it, so we can make this to where you don't have to ever do it again, if you want.
Girl, okay. Understanding me.
Yes. Yes, you don't ever have to do nothing to your hair again if you don't want to. The only maintenance you'll need to do at home is just tie it up with that satin scarf every night, and that's it. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to add any products. You don't have to condition it. You don't have to, I mean, nothing, literally. No, you just need to tie it up. That's it. I think you would like these. Based on everything I'm hearing about, you know, with what outcome you want, your lifestyle stuff, I think these would be perfect for you. You don't have to worry about your hair, and it always looks good. Like when you get locks, even I say there's really no bad hair days anymore. Like it always looks good. Even when it needs to be done, I get a lot of compliments when I'm like, my hair is busted to me. But it's like it never looks bad because it's always so like, you know, parted still and contained that it just... So you'll have good looking hair without you having to do anything to it. And then it's going to get thicker. So you're going to have more of that volume. And it's healthy, you know? So it's like the perfect style. Everyone who's gotten microlocks or sister locks, they've always loved them. You really can't go wrong with it. I've never had anyone be like, I shouldn't know. It's like, usually people are like, actually, I should have did this years ago. Yeah, that's what I usually get is now that I know I should have been did this. So your reties, I would probably say about 4.5 hours. I think really I could say confidently about 4. And sometimes even faster than that, but I'm going to give you the worst number and then we'll get surprised when you come in. It might even be less than that, honestly. If I'm braiding, bundling, and washing it and then retying it, I'm going to say your whole appointment with everything included would be about, I'd say probably about 5.5 hours with everything included. And that would just be the first year, because after these lock, we won't need to braid and bundle it anymore. You can just wash it freely.
I mean, the shrinkage don't bother me, but I was wondering, will it keep it from coiling? I mean,
From locking?
from locking, yes.
No, because we're starting with interlocks. Now, if you started the way your daughter started, it would shrink a lot and it would slip. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Or even if you did a 2-strand twist, it still would shrink and slip a little bit. But the way we would be starting these, you shouldn't have to worry about that. Okay. And then what days are usually off?
I'm not right now. To the end of the year, we have no day off.
Oh, so 7 days, 2 to 2.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, so we would do... I'm flexible, so I'm trying to figure out how I could work around your schedule. What would be most comfortable for you with that? Because the way I could do this, I could work it whatever fits you. You know, I can come in super early if you would want it a certain amount after work, before work, you know. Okay. Yep, so you have 9 in here.
Okay.
So usually...
You braided that?
Basically, I interlocked it. So they basically look like little braids. It's very similar to little braids. Yep. And then I'm going to show you what a braid and a bundle would be. You might have to worry about this because if you book with me, you don't got to do it. But I'm going to just show you anyway. You just braid it down like that. And you get here. You kind of want to just fold it up like this. Get a rubber band. And just rubber band it. You have a whole bunch of these in your head, and so that,
wash it too?
yeah. Yep, and you see how I kept space here so your hands can get in there and wash it. Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So that's what that is. And you would do this for the first year. And if you don't feel like doing it, just book it with me. You don't even have to worry about it.
Not like that.
Yeah, it's like, look, you trying to.
Sound like I'm lazy.
No, I get it.
Especially not.
Yeah, yep. Yep, so see, you ain't even got to worry about it. I'll do it for you.
Okay.
Yep, but that's how it looks. And this is just how it looks initially. What you see today is going to double in thickness.
Okay.
Yep, after a year, this is going to double. Yep, but that's how they are. So now you can feel them, see how you like them. You know, it's good to wear them like this. So this gives you a chance to see how you feel about it. If you can wash your hair, do everything you normally would do to your hair, and then you can see how they feel.
I say, oh, I sound like I'm lazy, but I'm lazy. When it comes to my head, at least.
Well, look, that's the beauty of locks. You don't got to do nothing. Like, this is the most low-key style you could ever get. All right.
And one more thing. You take a lot of supplements. I see a holistic doctor, so put me on a lot of supplements.
Supplements, those are usually good, healthy, just a lot of vitamins. If anything, that should help you.
Okay.
Yeah, you should now be seeing probably more hair coming in, usually.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.